Invented over 1,700 words and phrases still used today, including bedroom, assassination, and eyeball. Wrote 154 sonnets, exploring themes of love, beauty, politics, and mortality, which were published over a few years before his plays gained prominence. Lost Years Mystery. Between 1585 and 1592, where no records of his activities exist, fueling speculation about how he honed his playwriting skills. First folio published in 1623, 7 years after his death, saving many of his plays that had never been printed during his lifetime. Globe Theatre shareholder, which not only hosted his plays but also benefited from his direct involvement in its operations and design. Coded messages in works. Scholars debate hidden political and religious statements in his plays, particularly given the tense Elizabethan context. Innovated the soliloquy, transforming it into a complex, introspective form of monologue that revealed characters' innermost thoughts. Never left England, yet his plays are set in various international locations, displaying detailed knowledge of these places through contemporary accounts. Strange bequest to wife. Famously left his second-best bed to his wife in his will, sparking centuries of speculation about their relationship. Only known portrait from life is the Droeshout engraving, appearing in the first folio and regarded as an authentic image of Shakespeare. Coined countless idioms, like break the ice, wild goose chase, and in a pickle, which remain in everyday English language. Speculated Catholic ties. In a period of Protestant dominance, suggested by his father's spiritual testament and potential recusant leanings in his works. Acted in his plays, appearing in roles such as the Ghost in Hamlet and possibly others, indicating his active involvement in the theatrical productions. Owned a luxurious home, called New Place in Stratford-upon-Avon, one of the largest houses in the town, reflecting his success. Early retirement. Returned to Stratford around 1613, several years before his death, living relatively quietly away from the theatrical world. Influence on the English language. Unparalleled, often referred to as the greatest writer in English literature and the world's preeminent dramatist. Plays altered posthumously. Many of his plays were likely edited and adapted by others after his death, as suggested by variations in published versions. Suspected spy connections. Speculated to have been involved in espionage activities for the Elizabethan government, hinted at by his sudden rise in wealth and royal favour. Inspired opera adaptations. Over 300 operas based on Shakespeare's works have been written by composers like Verdi, Britten, and Gounod. Grammar school education. Believed to have attended King's New School in Stratford-upon-Avon, providing a foundation in Latin literature and rhetoric. Controversies over authorship. Numerous conspiracy theories claim that Shakespeare's works were penned by others, such as Francis Bacon or the Earl of Oxford. Plays before royalty. His company performed several times for Queen Elizabeth I and later for King James I, who were both known to be fans of his work. Vast thematic range. His plays cover genres from comedy to tragedy to history, reflecting a deep understanding of human nature and social dynamics. Impact on other writers. Influenced countless authors, playwrights, and poets, including Herman Melville, Charles Dickens, and Maya Angelou. Modern screen adaptations. His works have been adapted into numerous films and TV shows, emphasizing his lasting relevance in modern culture. Speculative portraits exist. Various other portraits claim to depict Shakespeare, but their authenticity is widely debated among historians. Monument in Poets' Corner. Honored with a monument in Westminster Abbey, where he is buried among other literary figures. Annual festivals worldwide. Dedicated Shakespeare festivals are held globally, celebrating his legacy with performances and educational events. Stratford-upon-Avon tourism. His birthplace is a major cultural tourist destination, attracting millions of visitors interested in his life and works. Influence on educational curriculum. Studied in schools and universities around the world, his plays and sonnets are central to English literature courses. Linguistic creativity. His skill in crafting dialogue and vocabulary helped to shape modern English, making it more expressive and varied. Strategic partnerships. Collaborated with other playwrights like John Fletcher, which was common in the period, to adapt and create new works. Highly speculative personal life. Little is known about his private life, leading to much speculation and intrigue surrounding his relationships and beliefs. Unique narrative techniques. Pioneered devices like the aside and the play within a play, which have become staples in drama. Revolutionized character development. His characters are known for their psychological depth, a significant innovation at the time that has influenced all subsequent Western literature. Cultural idiomatic impact. Phrases from his works are so embedded in language that many people use them without knowing their origin. Massive folio sales. The first folio is one of the most valuable printed books in the world, with copies fetching millions at auctions. Enduring mystery of sonnets. The identity of the fair youth and the dark lady, subjects of his sonnets, remains one of the great literary mysteries. Legacy in music. Inspired more than 20,000 pieces of music, including those by Mendelssohn, Berlioz, and Prokofiev. Death on his birthday. Believed to have died on his birthday, April 23, 1616, which has poetic symmetry but remains historically uncertain. Diverse character representation. His characters range from kings to paupers, reflecting a broad social awareness and the ability to speak to every stratum of society. Innovations in stagecraft. His work necessitated innovations in stagecraft, including the use of trapdoors and machinery for dramatic effects like thunder and lightning. Contribution to film language. His narrative techniques have influenced film theory and screenwriting, particularly in the structuring of complex plots and character development. Memorials worldwide. Numerous statues and memorials dedicated to Shakespeare exist globally, indicating his universal impact on arts and culture. Language evolution catalyst. His prolific use of blank verse and iambic pentameter influenced the rhythmic and melodic qualities of spoken and written English. Mysterious signatures. His 6 surviving signatures are all spelled differently, contributing to debates over the correct spelling of his name and his literacy level. References in popular music. His phrases and titles have been used in songs by artists ranging from the Beatles to Taylor Swift, illustrating his influence on popular culture. Broadway adaptations. His plays have been perennial favorites on Broadway, adapted into various forms including musicals like West Side Story, a modern take on Romeo and Juliet. Educational foundations laid. His works are used to teach various aspects of literature, from storytelling and character development to historical context and poetic form. Alias Shaxine. Referenced disdainfully as Shaxine by contemporary playwright Robert Greene, suggesting Shakespeare was a prominent figure even among his rivals.